New Earth AC was formed by divine guidance to help lift up humanity and raise the vibration of all. New Earth is a community that started as a Facebook group and has grown to become an online interactive platform for those seeking to uplift, empower, and co-create with one another. On top of uplifting and inspiring posts, we began to connect with our members on a more deeper level. We now regularly host what we call Unity Circles and live stream them on our YouTube channel. Each circle is hosted by a member who wishes to share their knowledge and gifts out to the world in hopes that they can make a difference in the lives of others. You can find these circles inside the New Earth AC Divine Ray store and on our YouTube channel. Please take whatever resonates and let the rest fall away. New Earth AC is always on the lookout for new Unity Circle hosts. If you have special gifts and know that what you have could uplift, empower, and inspire others, if you want to make a difference in the world, why not host an online Unity Circle with us? We always live stream the circles onto the New Earth YouTube channel and promote our hosts to the world. If you think you have something to give, let Bonnie Bird, David Starr, and Robin Nicole know personally, or email us at newearthac1111@gmail.com, and we will place you onto the calendar and bring you onto a community chat to let everyone get to know you before your circle. Hello, everybody. So we're here. We actually are doing a Unity Circle today. So we haven't had one in a while. It's been kind of slow, hasn't it, Bonnie?
Yeah, we've been taking a little break, just, riding the waves of ascension.
Yeah, riding the waves of ascension. I don't know about you, girl, but it's been a tough ride these last few weeks. I don't know. For me, the last week or so, I've had real difficulty with my eyes, and we had been talking about that, Bonnie, and you were talking about how you were getting downloads saying that there is a lot of things happening with the eye. Can you explain that?
Well, I mean, just what they were telling me, they were saying they were even saying not to wear your glasses as much, to try and adjust your eyes to get used to not having to wear them, which is surprising to me because I can't see nothing without my glasses. So
Yeah,
I'm
I've been putting
trying to
my
do
glasses
that.
on because
But
like it hurts to look at the screen.
and
Yeah.
people get migraines and headaches, and I think they just, only thing they just said to me that there's some adjustments being done, and to just kind of relax and go with it, and
Yeah. I
try
was
to keep
getting
your
like
eyes.
these like auric migraines, and for like I'd say like since last Monday, I haven't even been able to like get onto like the screen. I've been able to look at anything. Like I couldn't watch anything. I can only listen to things. I can't seem to be able to even watch anything on a screen for very long. But it's a little bit better today, but it's still not great. So, but
Yeah.
we get through it.
Yeah, it's a lot of joint pain and a lot of aches, and just
Yeah.
we just have to drink lots of water, make sure that we eat high vibrational foods, and get out in nature and get grounded and do a lot of meditations, and that will help us through all
Yeah,
of
and like a
this.
lot of people, there's people that have been telling me it would be kind of nice. I think it might the Arcturians, because the Carol, the lady that we have coming on, she channels the Arcturians, and she's going to be doing a little bit of a guided meditation at the end. And I'm kind of hoping, because I know the Arcturians can help with ascension symptoms. So really hoping that maybe something might come through to help with that. And anybody that might be having problems with their eyes, especially like at the moment.
Mhm.
So I guess we probably should
Yeah.
kind of get on to our guest. The poor girl's waiting in the background. Um, so her name is Carol Nayach. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Okay, and she is a person that she started, I guess, from what I gather, looking at her bio and stuff, that she started because she came across the Arcturians when she picked up a book by David Miller, and immediately the Arcturian Helio-Ah came down through her crown and right into her heart. And she said to herself, "Oh, it looks like I will be working with the Arcturians." And later she learned that she was an Arcturian Starseed and gradually learned to channel their higher dimensional energies. And they now tell her that she is a channeler for some of the highest energies of the universe. And since lockdown, back like when, you know, this we can't even say the word started, she she's been working on Zoom and she has a Wednesday evening meditation, and it's available in person and also anyone living in London. And so she might tell us a little bit about that, so we'll promote what she does every Wednesday. And so without further ado, because I probably messed up her whole introduction, we're going to bring
Yeah.
on, and she calls herself, I think she had all of her channels and everything is Arcturian Light. So let's bring on Carol Nayach and see what she has to say. Hi, Carol. Welcome to the New Earth AC.
Hi. So it's very lovely to meet you all and to be on this. And it's wonderful timing as well, because we've just had a new moon and we've got 11/11 coming up. So we're just in between the two. So incredible energies for us to be together this evening. So, to tell you a little bit about myself, as Robin said, I picked up a book by David Miller, who's channeled so many books from the Arcturians about how to use the technology they can give us in the ascension. And straight away, the Arcturian Helio-Ah came straight in through my crown when I read one paragraph, and I felt her inside my heart. So that's how I came across the Arcturians, and that was very much really at the beginning of my spiritual journey, because whilst all my life, since my childhood, in fact, I knew as a child I wanted to become enlightened, even though there was no spiritual information of any kind around for me. And it wasn't until quite late in life that I actually came into my spiritual journey through various circumstances that came about. But as I say, Helio-Ah came in, and I said to myself, oh, I think I'm going to work with the Arcturians, and that's how it all started. So very much at the beginning of my spiritual path, really. But then I realised, of course, how much inner work we have to do. And that goes against the grain a lot, and it's not easy, is it? But working on one's lower self, you know. So over time, one gradually finds that that part of you that's full of low self-worth gradually becomes a smaller and smaller part, which is, you know, for our ascension and to be able to move into the fifth dimension, we can't take low self-worth with us, can we? We can't go into the fifth dimension carrying fear. And I think particularly with myself, maybe with everyone, so uncomfortable with myself, so critical, so judgmental. And what I was judgmental about in myself is I knew the purity of Christ. I knew that purity of Christ consciousness. And I really couldn't tolerate or cope or accept anything within myself that wasn't that purity. And so I had to begin by changing my thoughts, you know, start by changing your thoughts, your beliefs, your thought programs. So every time I saw myself having a derogatory thought about myself, I would stop it and bring in a positive thought, a higher thought. Like, you know, I'm more and more of my higher self is coming into my consciousness each day, or something like that. And so gradually, this unworthiness part became, rather than the whole of me, a decreasing part of me until it became, you know, quite small compared to what it was. And then I began to understand that true purity is really being able to embrace and accept impurity, everything within us that isn't pure. So that's what true self-love is, isn't it? Which we're meant to be here to learn self-love. And it is about being able to love and embrace all that lies within our inner world, which does not have that purity of Christ, which we are working to return to.
I love the way you say that. You know, it's the same thing that Yasha was always saying to me, is that's how we should see the earth, the collective, in the same way. There's things we don't like, but we have to learn to love them just the way they are and love ourselves in the same way. So that's
Exactly.
beautiful. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
I have a question from the audience. This, I don't know her, is SOL Transmissions. How do you discover that you are an Arcturian Starseed? And for that matter, if you really are a Starseed? I think she wants to know, like, how would we discover that? Like,
Well, I think for me personally, the way Helio-Ah just came straight in, I mean, that leaves you without any doubt, doesn't it? But I don't believe it's important at all to know which star system you might be from or anything like that. It's just if you're drawn to these kind of things, if you have a spiritual calling, if the light attracts you so much and you want to have it in your life, then you're obviously a light worker or a star seed, aren't you? Because
and I think that some of us are star seeds from more than just one place. Like, I believe sometimes we have different places that we've spent time on, different planets and different places. And that we're not all like, so sometimes we're not only just like Arcturian or only just Syrian or only just Lyran, or Andromedan. Sometimes we can be like more than we can actually, the aspects that we can actually, we're the star seed part of us can be coming from more than just one star system.
well, yeah, I mean, all the star seeds have travelled extensively throughout the galaxy and even the universe. And don't forget, we all live in parallel lives. And I think they say that we're probably living 33 simultaneous lives in different parts of the galaxy. And I know that I have a Syrian self, and I just love Syrian, you know, Sirius and Assyrian energy. I know I have an Andromedan self, a Palladian self, but you know, from the Arcturians' point of view, or what I've heard, if you say, for instance, you're an Arcturian starseed, that would be where you started your soul life, so to speak. You began your incarnations on that.
Hold on,
And of
Bonnie's
course,
papers are really loud.
Oh, sorry.
You're
and, and of course, you know, the reason why many of the Arcturians are so evolved is because they are the oldest race in this section of our universe. So if you've been around longer, you have more soul evolution. So they brought, or we volunteered to come, they tell us, many evolved souls from many different parts of the galaxy have incarnated on Earth at this time to assist in the ascension process. because without more evolved souls to hold the light and anchor the light into this planet, ascension would not be possible. So they tell us, so I mean, it's not something that I feel about myself in my consciousness that I'm aware of, that many of the starseeds are ascended masters. I mean, I've been told I'm from the Council of Elders on Arcturus. So
Yeah.
then I think, well, how can I be so unevolved in my 3D life, you know? But
I've got a question for you. I got a question for you about the councils and stuff. Okay, so I think this was back in, I don't know, this was like 2016, right? And I was on a acupuncture table, and I was having a treatment. Was having nerve damage all through my arm, and I was on this table, and these beings, and I didn't know who they were, came down, and Bonnie had a session with you, and during her session, these same beings came down and did the same thing with her that they did with me on the table,
yeah,
and at the time, I was trying to figure out if they were Arcturians or what, but I was being told that they were like the Council of Nine. So do you know, have you heard of the Council of Nine in like, are
well,
they part of the Arcturians,
I think so.
or are
I
they
can't.
just like maybe a council of different star systems? I don't
Mm,
know, but they were blue beings.
yeah.
They're very tall,
Mm,
and I didn't see any hair on their heads,
mm,
and they had very long fingers, and they were coming down, and they were over the bed, and they were doing like this with these like
mm,
green energy balls,
yeah.
and they were trying to assist in like my healing, and
Yeah.
kind of like recalibrating me or something like this.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was trying to figure out if they were Arcturians. I even got a book that said it was the book called We the Arcturians, to try to like discover if they were the ones. And the
Yeah.
ones that the lady wrote about in We the Arcturians
Mm,
did not they did not seem to be the ones that I was seeing. So I was just curious if you've heard of, because they kept saying the Council of Nine, the Council of Nine. So I'm just wondering if you've come across
well,
that.
I think the Arcturians were definitely in there. And don't forget that they can give you an image of themselves in any form which is going to be acceptable to you. Because, you know, on the Council of Elders, they're pure consciousness. They don't have a body, not even a light body. They're just beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the ninth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Arcturians like Giuliano and Helio-Ah, who I work with, many more Arcturians come to assist, you know, with the healing the group members and so on. But as you would know, they lower their frequency considerably down through the dimensions to bring themselves down to a frequency that we can tolerate, that we can resonate with, because their frequency, of course, you know, be far too high for us. So, no.
So we have a lady on here. She's kind of she's saying the Council of Nine is Arcturians. So
Mhm.
she must
Well,
have some experience
yeah,
with that as well.
no, I'm sure they have. Yeah.
And I just want to go back up before we go farther.
Hesitating a bit because you see, they are in oneness with all the higher beings that are working with us. If
I
that,
just put this one
but
up
sorry, what
because
was one?
she's talking about the Arcturian healing
Yeah.
chambers, which I've heard about and I've actually used. The Arcturian healing chambers we can go to at night if we choose and access them. can we talk a little bit about that? And
Well, you can go in meditation while you're awake. You don't have to wait to go to sleep. But of course, these healing chambers which they make available for us are we're always welcome to ask to go into that healing chamber whenever we would like to. So if you want to go into a healing chamber while you're sleeping, then I think it's quite important that you make the connection before you go to sleep and ask to go into a healing chamber while you're
and
sleeping.
tell them what your intention is.
Well, I often intend to leave it to them to decide what I need. I
Yeah.
always think, their energies are the higher intelligence, the higher consciousness. So know a lot better than my 3D self. But it's always good to have a request, isn't it? And
One thing I've noticed about, because I actually work with the Arcturians on some of with my healing chambers, because I do with my private sessions, and I've had a couple of clients where their healing chamber is on a light ship in
yes,
an Arcturian light ship.
yes,
And there's one thing that I've kind of noticed about the Arcturians that is different from the because I do a lot of inner earth healing chamber connections as
yeah,
well. And there was one thing, I don't know if you noticed this as well. The Arcturians are very kind of like to the point. And
yeah,
they kind of, it's almost like like they're happy to have you. Um, but you can only go into like certain sections of their ship. Like you're only invited to certain parts. And it's almost like I feel like kind of have to make an appointment because that's the feeling I get from them.
I
Do
know what you,
you
yeah.
do you
Well,
get that as
They
well?
don't want you to just show up unannounced.
Yeah. Like
well,
it's kind of like, don't waste my time. When you need to come here to the healing chambers up here for ascension symptoms and to connect
yeah.
for certain, get downloads and
Mm,
things like that,
mm.
we're more than happy to have you come, and we're here to assist. But then they're saying like, if you just want to just come visit us just to kind of like look around our ship, they're not really interested in
Yeah,
that. That's not.
they're very serious. But of
Yes.
course, they have,
Yeah.
the Crystal Temple and their starship Athena, and they have other starships, of course. But it's their consciousness, isn't it? Their
Hmm.
Crystal Temple is that it's created out of their consciousness.
Hmm.
So those structures of light, the geometries of light, the frequencies within that crystal temple is formed by their consciousness, which they create for us.
Hmm.
And so you can receive, I feel, just as much healing in the crystal temple as going into a healing chamber on their starship Athena, because really they aren't separate in a way, if that makes sense to you.
And I think it's funny as well
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
like one of my clients asked to like she was given like her aspect as an Arcturian was taking her to like the job that she does and
Mm,
she was a navigator of the ship
mm,
and was showing her giving her a chance to kind of sit in the seat of
yes.
the ship to see how it like how
Mm,
it navigates.
yeah.
And when she went to go leave, she asked, could she please ask about me and my aspect, my Arcturian aspect?
Yeah.
And they gave her an image of this male Arcturian that had like sparkles all over his face, and he was holding these like very interesting looking colored crystals that you wouldn't see here on Earth. And
Yeah.
and then she was told, it's none of your business.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Robin. If Robin
Yeah.
would like to find out
Yeah.
about her Arcturian aspect, she
Yeah.
needs to come come to us, and not, it's not, they would not go through her
Yeah.
to tell, they wouldn't show her anything about me.
Yeah.
They were very like, no, this is like, there's like a boundary line, and they don't just go around giving you information about other people. It was like literally like, if she would like to find out, she can connect, but we're not giving you any more information today.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, you know, it's amazing, isn't it? The level, the degree of expansion of consciousness of, you know, a race like the Arcturians or any of the star beings that have moved up into the higher dimensions. You know, imagine coming into universal consciousness, you know. And we've sort of spent our lives here on 3D Earth thinking, you know, this is all I am, just what you see here. And their consciousness is just totally beyond our comprehension. And it's I always think one thing that always I think, oh, it's like when I'm doing the meditations and I ask for a particular energy or a particular being to be with us, anything specific like please cleanse our auras, anything I ask for, immediately it's there. And I think, thank you, you know, they give me what I asked for. And I'm always think, wow.
Absolutely.
And one thing I've learned, probably fairly recently, is, you know, in the beginning, I didn't feel worthy to call on them and ask them for help. And of course, you know, I realise now that it is their greatest joy when we greet them and meet them and interact with them as an equal. They don't see us as beneath or less than them. And when you are able to connect with them as an equal, which means without low self-worth or lack of confidence or not being good enough, then you can really start to receive or experience much more power within yourself, you know. And all those years I spent, you know, I'm not good enough to ask anything from Jesus or something, you know. And they're just longing for us to be with them as an equal. And of course, there's no more than or less than in the higher dimensions. We are all equal. All life is equal. And all life is given the same respect.
Absolutely.
And the other thing I really like about the Arcturians and Ascended Masters and so on is they have a wonderful ability to speak to anyone at their level.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And you know, how many of us can do that? To know what not to tell someone, to know and respect what someone isn't ready to hear.
Yeah.
And to respect the consciousness, the beliefs and so on of that person.
Absolutely, because we're all learning that right now, because everybody is in different timelines, because we're all shifting differently. So we have to learn how to shift our language so we can hear and understand, and not to try to push what we know, because if you know what we know, it took us a while to get where we're at. So you know, it's just learning how to be.
Don't know very much either, according to all that is, do we? But everyone is, as you said, a different place in their soul journey. And to be able to respect everyone for their beliefs, their reality,
That's been coming up a lot lately in different, when I've been doing channelings and different things. That whole thing about the right, there is no right and there is no wrong, and that we don't need to make each other be right or wrong. Like there's no need for this, and that we're all in this kind of, we're all kind of like in this together. And yeah,
Well,
it's just like what they keep saying over and over again.
So do you channel other beings? I think you do,
Well,
because I think I've heard you do
no,
others besides the Arcturians.
um, I'm not a verbal channel that I can give readings to people and things like that, though I have a certain um, intuition, certain development of intuition. But I think what happens is when I do the meditations, I connect to my higher mind. And so what comes through is coming through my higher mind. And my higher mind would be receiving it from wherever. But I found that once you can channel one being or group of beings, you then find that you can channel others. And what I have found is any higher being that I ask for will come to me and channel through me. So I love the Syrian energies, and I also like working with Andromedan energies. And beings
See,
like
I found the same
Mother
thing.
yeah, Mother
I
Mary,
found the same thing.
Mary Jane,
Yeah.
Jesus, and Ananda. They're all there, and they're all there just saying, well, just ask and let me in.
Yeah, I found the same thing because I do meditations every week like you do. And I found, and I did the same thing. I felt like, oh my gosh, they're all doing exactly what I asked. And it seems that all higher beings are all there to love you and to show you whatever it is you need and help guide you and help you with whoever's in the circle, and the collective. So it's pretty amazing to step into that world and be a part of that.
Yeah,
And everybody can
yeah,
do it if they choose.
yeah. And I think what people that are in the beginning, there's a lot to learn, isn't there? Because it takes a while. I mean, some people just have it naturally, but for most people, it takes a while. It's a lot of practice to learn how to make that connection. Because of course
Mhm.
they can make the connection with you, no problem. But you to actually in your 3D self, let's say, learn how to make that connection, and how you can't go out to get it. You can only come within to receive it. And
Absolutely.
the more we can come into that deep place within of non-doing, the more open we are to receive. And I think in the beginning it's difficult because we're working from our heads, our minds, because we haven't learnt yet how to go deeply within. And the mind always wants to go out and get it. And it wants this, and it wants its third eye open, and it wants to see the Arcturians, etc., etc. And that
Yeah.
makes it very difficult for them. And I
Uh-huh.
think it takes quite a bit of time to really experience deeply within, the heart and that peace within, and to allow everything to come to you rather than wanting to go out and get it. And to learn to
Absolutely.
work without effort, no effort to be made. And it all takes place
Absolutely.
through you, not by you.
Yeah.
So we're getting towards, it's been a little over half hour, and I know that you want to do a guided meditation, but
Yeah,
so
well,
I'm going to do one more question before we do that. There's a question from the audience, and then we'll go into that part of the guided meditation part.
yeah,
If that's okay with you.
Of course.
So this is the question. It's from Sue D. And she says, can you speak of the journey of the soul and how not to judge our journeys or others?
Well, that comes from learning to move into our heart space and to live from our hearts rather than our mind, doesn't it? Because the heart doesn't judge. The heart is always in unconditional love, always in peace, and always in acceptance of what is. So it's the ego mind, the ego part of ourselves, which is always in judgment. And the soul journey is, as we all know, through our series of thousands or millions of lifetimes, whatever. And we're now being told, aren't we, that this could well be our last life in our stream or wheel of incarnations, where we can now move out of the third dimension into the fifth dimension. And we can actually bring the fifth dimension into the third dimension and fully integrate our fifth dimensional self into our physical bodies. So we'll be enjoying a magnificent life upon the third dimensional earth with our fifth dimensional self with us. So merging the two. So it's quite amazing, isn't it? So in one way, I mean, of course, the soul journey never ends, but in one way, we have the opportunity to end that part of our soul journey, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
This could be our last incarnation in the way that we have incarnated up to now, and just
Absolutely
move up through our ascension process. And the more that we work with our ascension process, rather than it happening unconsciously, the more it's speeded up for us. And I find with healings from the Arcturians, and I'm sure in the meditations also, that they greatly increase one's spiritual light quotient, and they very much accelerate our ascension process for us. It's said that once the Arcturians put their light around a planet, that the beings on that planet evolve very quickly. So when we go through our meditation, should we sort of make for people who aren't particularly versed in spiritual work, or that don't have much of an understanding? I mean, the Arcturians will be bringing through their energies at all levels for everyone, and they work right through all dimensions anyway. But sort of simple explanations, or do you feel that your audience is quite familiar with?
I think it would be nice to have a little bit of an explanation for our audience. And then, Bonnie, what I was thinking is so that we can see, so everybody can see all the crystals and everything that she has in the background. When she does the meditation, I was thinking, how about we're going to take our pictures out so that she can be full on the screen.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Okay, so we'll let her tell us a little bit. We give a little bit of kind of like a 101 on Arcturians.
Comes through, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. So
All right.
we start?
Sounds great.
Now then, everyone.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, Bonnie, I'm going to mute myself and we'll mute you. If David comes in, I'm just going to mute him, and then we'll bring him in at the end with everybody else. And you and I are going to go off the screen, okay?
Okay.
So don't worry, Carol, we're still here. We're just in the background. We're still here, and I'm and everything. So
As I said earlier, I have no IT skills at all, so I hope you're handling it all. But I'm going to begin coming into the Arcturian energies now, and just allow the energy to build for those of us or those of you who will be listening to this meditation. So I'm already experiencing a lot of energy within myself. So a welcome to you from the Arcturians to all of you who will be listening to this meditation. So the Arcturian energies are present for everyone who is with us now and will arrive instantaneously to anyone who may listen to this meditation at any time to come. So I would like you all to simply relax down into your body as your focus moves down out of your head, through your body, and you allow yourselves to feel the relaxation within the sensation of your body. And you begin to breathe, bringing your awareness to your breath. Not necessary to change your breathing in any way, but simply to be aware. You see, when you bring your awareness to your breath, you breathe in the light of spirit, and you absorb the light of spirit into your body and into your being. For these amazing energies that are coming into the planet at this time are in the very air that you breathe. And we are aware that some of you are new to your spiritual work, and some of you are very well versed in your spiritual practice. So we assure you that we will be working with each one of you individually, and you will each receive what is appropriate for you. But we are with you. We are bringing our energies into your aura. If you've not yet become sensitive to spiritual light and to know that you are resonating with it, do not worry. You simply trust that we are with you and that all is happening for you. So some of you have been working with us for some time and come into resonance with our energies. So allow yourselves to feel our presence as we move ever more closely and bring our energies into your being. So we are now going to form the energies of our Arcturian crystal temple around you. We are from the star system Arcturus, of course, and we, Arcturian Helio-Ah, and the Arcturians that are present with you, have lowered our frequency to the lowest level of the fifth dimension to be able to interact with you. So our starship Athena has been brought down from the higher realms to the lower fifth dimension. It is, of course, the consciousness, and with our consciousness we create for you the crystal temple energies. So the crystal temple is around your circle, as we are outside of time and space, and all are together in a circle, and we place the crystal temple around you. You may begin to see or to feel the structures of light, the geometries, the many colours, and the Arcturian blue light. But most importantly, allow yourselves to be feeling within your heart area, to feel from your heart space, to become sensitive to the energies and to experience them through your feelings. So move ever more deeply within, into the deepest part of your beingness, in the area of your chest. You can go ever deeper, and the deeper you go, the more that opens up before you. And love energy is moving through your heart. Feel the love which we bring to you. Our blue light is very comforting. You can feel secure here and safe to allow love to enter. Your heart fills with divine love, and you can rest in peace within. We have been sending a shower of light through your aura, descending from above, and this shower of light has been cleansing your aura of any lower vibrational energies, dark or grey blotches within your aura. And this aura cleansing is allowing you to feel clearer and lighter. There's nothing you need to do here, simply to be relaxed and open to receive, for all is being done for you. And you continue to breathe within, breathing into your heart, continuing to relax your body. And you find you are feeling more peaceful. And we bring your four bodies into balance within, as we rebalance your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual body. As we bring all four bodies into balance. You become more quiet, calmer, and feel more harmony within. And we will now adjust your frequency as we bring a shimmering energy upwards from below, rising upwards through your aura. As we gradually raise your frequency within your energy field. The more you relax your body, the more we can raise your frequency. And you find yourselves feeling lighter, clearer. And you come more in touch with, closer to, an experience of your divine self. You have moved away from the activity of the ego mind into the heart, which is where you find your connection to your own soul. And from your heart space, affirm to yourself, I am. As you move into this present moment, existing in this eternal now, in your I am presence. Your crown chakra is open, and from your soul star chakra above your head, the light of your divine self is entering down through your crown. It fills your head, your throat, and moves into your heart. And begins to expand your high heart chakra. As the heart begins to soften, to become gentle, fine and sensitive, as your heart fills with light and divine love. And this is the light of your soul, the light of your true essence, the being of light that you truly are and always have been. And you begin to experience yourself, to know yourself as a being of light in a physical body. And this light within expands. It continues to move through your entire body and to fill your aura. And this column of light from your soul star chakra above your head moves through the whole of your central column, down through your lower body and below your feet to your earth star chakra. And you become a column of light from above to below, and the light continues to fill your physical body. And you experience yourself as light, or you simply visualize or imagine this light. And you can move down through the earth to the very heart and core of Gaia. And you can ask her to move upwards into your auric field, and to move upwards through your column into your high heart. You are so relaxed within, there is nothing to do. You are in that place of non-doing where you simply receive. You cannot go out to get it. You can simply stay within to receive it. And Gaia is now all around you and moving into your heart. She brings the Divine Mother Love. Through your connection to the earth and to Gaia, as you become familiar with her embrace, you feel protected, you feel safe, you feel comforted, and you feel loved upon the earth plane. And fear disappears. And you are also receiving love from so many higher dimensional beings of pure love and light, as the Christed energy of their particular rays are all flowing towards you. The love of Venus brings a rose pink light into your heart. The golden light from the sun and from Jesus Ananda. The blue feminine light from Sirius and the wonderful beings of Sirius, and also the blue light of the Andromedan galaxy. Feel, sense, or imagine all these wonderful star systems are all focusing their light and love to you. You simply need to be open to receive it, which means, for a moment at least, let go of your low self-worth. and receive them with love. For you are equal to them. They do not see you as beneath them, and it is their greatest joy to meet with you. Simply by being in this crystal temple energy, this Arcturian consciousness, you are receiving much healing, many downloads and activations, and much higher information. We ask and yearn for you to accept the love that we feel for you, which is so immense. Take a few moments to relax your heart and body and allow love to enter. So Arcturus is the Elohim of the violet flame, and the Arcturian blue light always contains the violet flame. So we're going to fill this temple now with the violet light, the light of transformation, transmutation, the alchemical properties of the violet light, transmuting density, transmuting low vibrations, raising every cell in your body into a higher frequency. Through this process of ascension with the violet fire, old memories are gradually released. Attachments are gradually released, particularly the memories and attachments to your traumas, to the sufferings which you have held on to. The time will come when you will not even remember these traumas, your hurts and wounds, for they no longer exist except in memory. And as you are willing to let them go, they will disappear from memory. So the violet flame has filled the temple and is swirling around you in vortices and flames of Christed violet fire, full of the Christ consciousness love. power of the violet fire coming down from below him Arcturus through Saint Germain, through the archangels Zadkiel and the whole host of the angels of the violet flame. So spend a few moments absorbing the violet light and allowing it to work within you. You have a permanent connection now to our crystal temple and to us, which we invite you to return to at any time you wish. And the violet flame may be called upon at any time. As you return to the crystal temple for healing, rebalancing, and so on, you will receive help with any of the ascension symptoms you may be experiencing as we bring you back into balance, bring you back into alignment. And we encourage you to take the rest that your body needs, to have your quiet time, to give time to meditation, and throughout your day, to live from your heart in love, within your I am presence, and your divine self will merge into your physical self, and you will experience the beauty, the joy, the peace, and the love of the fifth dimension. So bring your focus now back into the physical body and bring your focus down into your foundation, your pelvic area. Allow your energy to move down into the earth as you feel your feet upon the earth, as you ground and anchor all that you have received into your physical body and into the earth. Take a few moments until you feel ready to quietly open your eyes and to be in peace.
Wow,
I
that was
almost fell.
amazing.
Good.
That was
We have
amazing.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I did come in late, so I was behind the scenes, but very beautiful to get everybody into their divine spark and connected to their love. It was really good.
Well, it was a beautiful experience for me.
For me too.
It
For me
is,
too.
isn't it? Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of really high energy, and at first I felt really warm, and then all of a sudden I was seeing all different colors and then different faces, and it was just beautiful. I just went with it. Thank you.
I was kind of feeling a little bit altered, like really like relaxed, like the most relaxed that I've been in a long time. So it was really nice. And every time I kind of opened my eyes up to see what was going on, because I could see like I can see everybody underneath the screen, like Bonnie and David and stuff. And Bonnie's going like this. I was like going up and down. And I thought, oh, I'm glad we took her off because she wouldn't have liked
Because
that.
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
No, but you
I
see,
knew that I didn't have.
we get taken into a higher realm, so the 3D consciousness just checks out, and a lot of people think they've fallen asleep, but they've just moved into another realm. They've been taken into another realm, and a lot of people say to me, well, I heard the first 3 words you said, and I not heard the last 3 words you said, and that was it.
It's very soothing. Your voice is very soothing, and it's very easy to, you do kind of feel like you're falling asleep, but they're actually perfect because I've listened. I was listening to some of the ones that you have on your YouTube channel, and they're really nice to, like, if you put them on while you're going to sleep, because you will soothe, you can get yourself right into the energies and connect during dream time a little bit easier.
To put them on before you sleep, and you don't have to stay awake to listen to it. You just put it on and fall asleep, and then you've got that with you through the night, haven't you?
Yeah, it's really nice. Instead of kind of watching something on Netflix or something on television, and you'll be having that in your dream all night long. It's not. It would be really nice to have something like that instead.
Yeah. But I knew I wasn't on camera, so I just went with it.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I could feel myself being lifted right out of my body. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
My physical body wanted to bob around.
Yeah.
But I heard every word that you said. I felt like, I could feel everything. And it felt like your words, you could feel it. It was real soothing, and I could hear everything that you were saying. But also I was seeing the pictures, people's faces in different places. It's almost like I was traveling through my Akashic records for some reason. It was just beautiful.
Take us on a hell of a journey right through the galaxy.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It's amazing.
David, do you have any questions for Carol before because you came on a little bit late? You were doing your master class, and so I imagine your master class went a little bit longer than expected.
It did, and then I couldn't open up my internet, and so I had to keep rebooting my computer and to get it going. So I apologize for that. But I'm amazed at that amethyst by your fireplace beside the Buddha there. That is like a huge crystal.
That's
there.
Beautiful.
That just looks amazing. Could only imagine the energy that comes off that baby.
Look at the quartz that she's got there on the ground. Look how big they are.
Holy smokes! I didn't realize how big that is.
Look at that. That's that's a baby amethyst compared to the one she has by her fireplace.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Wow.
No,
It's
this
incredible.
one is said to be one of 33 from the Lemurian Temple of Purity. And so in meditation, we bring etherically all 33 together when we work with the violet flame. and we bring it from the violet planet of Omri Tas, which is where Saint Germain draws his violet flame from. If I stand
Wow,
up,
that's amazing.
Wow.
Wow. That's just amazing. It's
David, do you
beautiful.
see she was showing us before, see the one next to the picture? Look how big, I mean, she can't even lift it. It's so heavy.
I can't believe how big that quartz is beside.
See that right there? Look at that.
Size of a human leg.
Wow. It's
now
amazing.
this one,
Yeah.
you look at the fireplace.
There's a geode.
Can you see the colour of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That crystal was this colour when I got it.
And it changed.
And we transformed it into that shining clear white crystal, and I worked with Helio-Ah to connect it to the core of the earth, and that was really a huge energy that she brought through for that. And the two largest ones aren't there now because I put them somewhere else, but there's usually two big ones here, and all those, they all hold the energy of the Arcturian Crystal Temple.
Wow. Just
Is
beautiful.
there like a big, huge, like Lemurian wand you have? Like it's kind of like near, I'm looking at the ground, I'm looking at all your crystals. On the ground, right behind you, like there's a crystal in front, and then there's like a long kind of one that's on the ground. What is that?
You're looking at this?
No, over to the other side near your chair.
Near that chair?
No, the one that you were sitting in. Right there.
This one?
No,
Yeah.
yes, that one.
Right there. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, wow. You have quite the collection.
Yes. Well, it was necessary, and I was gifted some of them.
I love this.
Necessary. It was necessary.
Yeah.
I was told to.
We want to lift our house like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I was told to get a set of crystals to hold the Arcturian crystal temple energies, and they just came to me. So can you see the whole of this one, or do I have to move back?
Yeah, you can see it. Wow,
Oh,
that's beautiful.
Do you still see the whole of it?
I can see the light just like sparkling.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's
Oh, can you imagine the
beautiful.
crystal gazing you could do with that?
Wow. Oh gosh, I don't even know.
Raising the frequency of these crystals, and this one just becomes more and more translucent. And you know, it was almost brown, that crystal, when I got it.
Wow.
One here.
She's got more, guys.
See how it's grown?
Wow.
Yeah.
The white bits that are on the top, did that just grow afterwards?
Well, since I've had it. And this one, which is up to
That's
here,
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
when I got it, it was below there. So this one has grown.
Oh,
that's cool.
I didn't know crystals grew like that.
Well, they seem to.
You're bringing in intense energy like that. It would. Yeah.
So
She's channeling in intense energies.
Wow, this is like, wow, I'm excited. This is really nice. Someday I'm gonna have to come over. Are you living in London?
Yes.
Yeah, sometime I'll have to come over on the ferry and visit you.
I don't know if you've seen my recent newsletters or read them. Probably not, but I've been doing a lot of, well, the Arcturians have been doing a lot of incredibly powerful work for the planet at the moment. So I've been working in Shaftesbury and Glastonbury and Montacute and Stonehenge and so on. And well, I mean, there's too much to talk about. You'll be here with me all night.
We could sit here all day with you.
Yeah. Sometime I'd
Do you
love to
follow,
get a
do you follow
Pardon?
Daniel? Do you follow Daniel Scratton there with this Arcturian channelings and stuff?
I know of him, and sometimes I listen to him. Yeah, he's a great guy, isn't he? Does great work, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've
Pretty
in
cool.
celebration today, I wore my Arcturian, the Angel of
Oh, right.
Arcturus,
Good
right
girl.
here.
Cute. Look at you, David.
David, you have a, I think you have a sweatshirt for everything, don't you?
No,
You
definitely
do.
not.
You have the
I don't have that.
Lyrans.
He has
Do you have a Lyran
dragons.
one? Yeah, oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Arcturus is that's a very special frequency and very giving and loving, energetic frequency that's assisting everybody with this transition. So it's awesome that you're bringing in the Arcturus frequency.
Yeah,
As it's
so amazing. So, yeah, we would, this has been so beautiful. Can you want to tell everybody where they can find you and some of the things
Yeah,
that
and
you
I'll
do?
put it back up on the screen so that people.
Maybe
Yeah.
Robin tell
amazing.
everyone.
Okay, so I'm going to put it up on the screen. There's 3 different contacts of how you can find her on her YouTube channel, Arcturian Light, her Arcturian Light for her website, and
Well,
in
I mean,
Facebook it's Arcturian Light London.
yeah, I mean, you've got my name, Carol Nayach. If you just go into YouTube and put in Carol Nayach, my meditations will come up, and there's lots of them there. So Carol Nayach or Carol Nayach Arcturian Light will get you into YouTube. And then, as you say, Arcturian Light London is Facebook and Instagram.
We'll have to get you over to the Divine Ray. David has created an app. It's called Divine Ray, and it's at the moment it's just short little snippets of divine wisdom. But eventually we're going to be streaming live inside of there, aren't we, David? Is that going to be happening soon?
Yeah, well, I just found out I need to get like a specialized server for it, so I'm just investigating that right now. But it'll definitely be happening soon.
Yeah, so we're going to be able to stream all of our shows live on the Divine Ray, and we would love to have you over on the Divine Ray.
Exciting.
And the Divine Ray is more than just like, it has places where you can actually, all of your, all of your meditations that you have on YouTube, you can actually put them inside the Divine Ray, and people can actually connect to them from there as well. And if you have workshops or classes that you charge a fee for or anything like that, you can also put them in there, and people can buy your workshops and classes that you have pre-recorded. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's all free to the user too.
Yeah, amazing. But I do everything on Zoom, and I always have a meditation every Wednesday evening without fail, 7 p.m. UK time. So join me on Zoom, everyone. And I have weekend work as well, and I do retreat.
And how do people find the Zoom link for that? Is it right inside of your YouTube channel? Is there a link or something? I think I saw something.
I think if you go into the description on my YouTube channel, the schedule's there. And it's also on Facebook.
It is there.
Yeah, it is. I think I saw it when I went over to look at your YouTube channel, and you go into the About, and it has the link right there. So, and that is what time? What time? And it's a UK time. So,
well, I mean, the Wednesdays is 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Every Wednesday on Zoom, and next Wednesday, of course, we'll be in the 11:11 energy, so I'll
Yeah.
be that. And then I've got
So
a whole
7 p.m. just for everybody that's watching us, because we have a lot of people from America that are watching. And so 7 p.m. GMT or London time is also it's 5 hours difference from
Well, it
here
depends
to
where
New
you
York.
are in the States, doesn't it? So it could be 5 hours earlier or 7 or 8 hours earlier. But I always say London time because I get confused with GMT, you know, because sometimes.
Yeah, because there's GMA plus GMT plus 1 and everything. Yeah, it's London. Or I'll say London, Dublin, London time, because then people know it's like both Ireland and England that have the same time. People get really confused.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's easier just to say where you're at.
Yeah, so if you're trying to figure it out and you're living in the United States, 7 p.m. her time is 5 hours difference in New York. So if you can figure out that, then you'll know when to show up.
Did you guys already talk about when Carol got connected with Arcturians and sort of got interested in that? So I'll just have to watch back.
Okay.
Okay, I'll watch back.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I picked up a book from David Miller, who's channeled amazing stuff from the Arcturians. I was drawn to the book, opened it up, read a paragraph, and immediately the Arcturian Helio-Ah just came straight in through my crown and into my heart.
Amazing.
Connected to me immediately.
It's amazing.
So it's all time code, isn't it? Why do they have to wait till I was so old? Why couldn't it have happened when I was 20? But it's all time code, isn't it? And they know exactly the moment to come in or connect with you.
When did that happen for you? I can't remember. Did you say like when was it a certain year like that this all happened where you were connected?
Yeah, I mean, I went through, as we all do, extremely difficult time. My husband was my soulmate, and you know, we were part of each other. So my husband died, and my mother had died shortly before, and my father was dying when my husband died, and don't have any children. And at the same time, we closed and sold our business of 30 years and moved out of our home of 30 years. And all that happened at the same time.
Wow.
So that was...
it was like when one door closes,
I wonder why that is.
Another one opens.
Yeah. I wonder why it is that when you're going through trauma and a huge shift in your own world, that it opens doors, like Robin was just saying, to other things like that. Huge shifts happens when you're going through stuff like that.
Yeah. It happened for me when I had that serious broken arm and I was stuck on the couch for like almost 8 months and I couldn't even sleep in a bed. I just sit up the whole time. And during that whole time, it was like totally and completely like woke you. Like I thought I was awake before, but it totally woke me right up. So it kind of alters you.
I mean, even the Arcturians said they don't fully understand why we only wake up through suffering.
I know. Us humans were crazy like that.
Yeah.
So I think we're kind of coming to a close. I think what we'll do is we're just going to end it with a little video about the Divine Ray. So anybody out there that would like to connect to the Divine Ray, you can find it in your Google, was it Google Store or your Apple? Is it Apple?
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Both stores.
Yeah, it's in both stores. It's free to use, and we're getting excited because more and more people are coming over to the Divine Ray, and it's a very positive platform. It's going to be, what do you call it, David? The highest vibrational app in the world. That's the intention.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to using it then.
Yeah.
It can't be the highest vibrational app without Carol.
Exactly.
Also, Carol, we want you to know that you're welcome to come back here anytime you want. This was so much
Oh,
fun. Doors wide
that's so
open.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful.
And so
Yeah.
we don't want you to
Yeah.
go anywhere for a second, but we're just going to play this, and then when we go off live, we'll just talk really quickly before you leave. So don't like run away on us,
Don't leave
okay?
us.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm just going to put this up, and I'm going to take us out of the room, and then I'll bring you back in a minute. So